take it all the way up to its limit. Okay, so here comes the garage sale. So you go to a garage sale and you identify, oh, there's a nice floor jack there. It might be all greasy like this one and it doesn't look like much, and most people are going to basically dismiss it. But look around and look at the quality. If it's an old one and it's USA made, you're going to want to get it because it's going to be as good as, if not better than, some of the new $750, $850 jacks, construction-wise. What the problem is with most of these that I see is how a floor jack works. Of course, you know, you turn your handle and you crank the handle and it rises. You can see here, this one rises very slowly. And that scares a lot of guys off because they realize, oh, something is wrong with that jack. It's broken. I'm not going to want it. But typically, it can be repaired by just bleeding the system and adding some fluid. That's the case with this one that I bought. This is a snap-on 2-ton jack that I bought from a mechanic that was upgrading his stuff. I got 2 of these for $100, so they were $50 a piece. And if I remember right, this one never has really worked. It's been sitting in my shop for a long, long time. So let's go through the setup here, or the technique here, and I'll show you how to get these things going. When you get home from the garage sale with your $20 treasure and you unload it off out of the back of your truck, and because you're prideful, you don't ask your neighbor to come help you, and then you recover from the back injury, you're going to want to put it up on your bench, which you're going to hurt your back again, and start looking for a little plug on top of the cylinder right here. So sometimes they're going to be rubber, sometimes they'll be a little, this is a little 1/2 inch head right there, but this is the fill for the hydraulic fluid, or the jack fluid. What are we going to find in here? Is it going to be a quick fix, or is it going to be a matter of taking it apart and sending the cylinder out for rebuild? Fluid is definitely low. It looks clean. The trick is going to be to get that jack fluid in that little hole without making a huge mess. I see a mess happening. Okay, on oil, only hydraulic jack oil. Don't use ATF, don't use motor oil, don't use hydraulic fluid, use hydraulic jack oil. You may be able to use hydraulic fluid, but because I don't know, I'm going to say don't use it. I don't know. But you can't go wrong with this. It's not expensive. It's like $3 or $4 a quart. And one of these quarts is going to last you probably forever. I couldn't think of a clever funnel, so I got a piece of cardboard. I don't know how this is going to work. That is a tiny, tiny hole. This is actually a really good sign. I've put a fair amount of oil in there, and what I'm finding is that I'm getting, when I cycle the handle, I'm getting a big air bubble, and it continues to want to accept it. With it topped off, put the plug back in and run it through a full cycle. Take it all the way up to its limit. That was it. Seems to be fully functional now. I don't know why this has been sitting in my shop for over a decade. You know, you get something in your mind that, oh, that needs a complete rebuild, and yeah, go back to Occam's razor when solving problems, which essentially says the simplest explanation is typically the explanation, which is certainly what we had here today. So there you have it, all serviced, ready to go, ready for its next 100 years or better of use. So not much to it. I mean, you might run into a situation where the cylinder is indeed bad, or the O-ring on the plunger or something. It's still not junk. If you take it apart yourself and just take it down to its cylinder, they're very simple. You won't have any problem with it. There are several shops that you can take those to. Some of them rebuild hydraulic cylinders and stuff. It's very similar. And look around. You'll find someone that does it, or you could even just put it in a priority box and mail it to them and get it back. So you spent $150 on it. Well, you have essentially a brand new jack then that's for still a fraction, less than a quarter of what it costs for a new one. So, all right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.